Thank you again for joining me today on Navigating the College and Career website. Today we're going to focus a little bit on three tabs: financial aid, scholarship searches, and scholarships. First, let's start with financial aid. Financial aid is the way that you figure out if you can qualify for any free money from the government, nationally, and statewide. The way that we do that is through a form called the FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. The soonest that you can file the FAFSA is October 1st of your senior year. What you will be doing is, before we can even file the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, is you need to create an FSA ID. What this is it becomes your electronic signature for when you are filing your free application for federal student aid. On this website, you will find a video that walks you through the process of how to create your FSA ID. Things to keep in mind: as you are creating your FSA ID, you need to have a username and a password. The password needs to be between 8 and 30 characters, include numbers, uppercase and lowercase letters. When you create this, I highly recommend that you write it down someplace, because you need to fill out the FAFSA, or the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, every year that you are in college. They will ask you to retrieve that FSA ID every year. So keep it in a safe place. Also, make sure that you verify using email and you verify using your cell phone if you have one. That way you can retrieve it if you do lose it or forget your username or password. The other thing that I would encourage you to do is help your parent. A parent also needs to create an FSA ID as well, because they also have to complete a portion of the Free Application for Federal Student Aid. Things that are needed in order to do so is a Social Security number, an email address, and some security questions. Please make sure that you and your parents' email address is not the same. Also, please do not use your school email address for this FSA ID creation, because next year you may not have access to that email as you're starting to do this process for recurring years. We will talk more about this, and I will share some videos over the next couple weeks on how to do a lot of these different pieces that are necessary. Again, I encourage 100% of students to file the FAFSA if they are planning on going to any kind of post-secondary education. The next tab that we're going to take a look at is the Scholarship Searches tab. When we're talking about trying to find best fit college, we talk about trying to find the free money available to you. So your first step is to see if the institution will give any money through scholarships for academics, talents, those types of things. The second way to find money is to see if the national government or state government, through the Free Application for Federal Student Aid, will provide any free money to you. The third way is to see if you can qualify for any free money through scholarships. So there are two tabs here that we're going to talk about. The first is Scholarship Searches. What this is this has given you a few opportunities for databases that are available. These have been recommended by previous students over the years as great websites that can help you find free money through scholarships. I encourage that you take a look at all of them, maybe even look at others that may not be on this list, and find the one that's the easiest for you to navigate. We want to make sure that it's something that you will check regularly, that you feel comfortable putting information on, because what you're going to do is you're going to create a profile on one of those sites. I encourage that you just find one. Don't fill out them on all of them. Otherwise, your inbox on your email is going to get inundated with duplicates and a lot of stuff that's going to be hard to sift through. So find one that you like, put your profile in, and then and they'll send you scholarships that match. You will also find that I have a couple more at the bottom here, and these are more regional. ICANN stands for the Iowa College Access Network, and that's for Iowa students. So it will give scholarships that are available to Iowa students. You will also see that I have one over here called Education Quest. Education Quest is Nebraska's version of ICANN. So you're probably sitting there saying, well, if ICANN is for Iowa students and Education Quest is for Nebraska students, why did you put it on here? There may be some scholarships that happen over the course of the year that are geared towards the Omaha metro area. Council Bluffs is included in the Omaha metro area. But I will tell you that ICANN doesn't always advertise those because 99% of Iowa does not qualify. So keep an eye on both, but a great way to see what scholarships are out there. The other part I want to point out is please never pay for a scholarship search. There's way too many free online scholarship databases out there that you should never pay for a scholarship search. The tab that we want to talk a little bit today is scholarships. This scholarship tab is going to be geared towards local scholarships. That's the scholarships that cross our desk on a regular basis. You will notice that when we look at these, it'll give you the due date, the name of the scholarship, what it takes to be eligible, and how to find that scholarship. Also, we'll tell you how much it's worth and if there's any specific requirements on that. You will notice right now we don't have tons of them up there because a lot of your local scholarships are geared towards basically November to April. So you'll really see this take off as we get closer to silly scholarship season, which is November to April. So please look at it regularly, but I would also tell you as we get closer to that silly scholarship, you're going to want to be checking it even more regularly because that is imperative to stay on top of some of those deadlines. If you're not seeing maybe a particular scholarship that you thought existed, I also have listed across the bottom the archives from previous years so that you can see what scholarships were offered later in the year and see if those particular scholarships come up for you later and kind of give an idea of when to be watching for them. If you haven't done so already, I strongly encourage that you come up with some sort of organization method, whether it's a planner, whether it's an online Google Calendar, because deadlines become extremely important as we get into this part of the financing your education. So making sure that you stay on top of that will be